goal of this series is to tell Fond du Lac's story and to support local. I'm Bethany Warnches, real estate agent with Addison Jones, and today I'm interviewing Josh, fellow local Fond du Lac County citizen. So Josh, can you tell me, where do you work in Fond du Lac County?
Yeah, I work at Wisconsin Lighting Lab, and we manufacture light poles and LED lights. And yeah, it's we've gotten more involved in the community as the last few years as we've grown, which is great. We have a lot of young people that work here that are involved in a lot of different things. And as far as different types of jobs and things, we've really diversified over the years. We're not just a manufacturer, sales, marketing, a lot of different things, which I think a lot of people don't necessarily know, that a lot of businesses, they think, oh, it's just a manufacturing company and that's it. But there's so many different options within a company that really, I think, appeals to a lot of people in the community.
Yeah, and right now we are sitting inside of Will.
Yes.
We're in the workplace. I think one of my favorite things when I drive down Brook Street, the architecture of Will just stands out and it pops, and it looks really nice in our city, I think. What would you say one of your favorite things about working here is, or being in your position that you're in?
I think the freedom to express your thoughts and opinions, and where you're valued to do so, and then everybody collectively thinks thinks critically of what you're saying, and you can how do I put that, where your opinion's valued, I guess it's, and we're working towards a common goal for everyone in the company. So it's just feeling valued as an employee. That's kind of really rewarding.
Yeah, it's always good to know that your input matters, and then to work as a team to work towards better things. So now we talked about where you work. Now let's talk about where you live and what you love about where you live. So let's start with your house itself. What's a favorite home feature you have?
Okay, well, it's the garage or the shop.
Okay.
I have a few different hobbies, and one of them is working on cars, like restoring cars and modifying cars, motorcycles, things like that. So I like to spend a lot of my time out in the shop working on things, tinkering.
Okay, and then what about location? What do you love about your location of where you are?
Yeah, so I live out in Lamartine, so kind of like the rural, just outside the city. And I grew up kind of rural Fond du Lac, so I enjoy kind of being out in the country, but you're only a handful of miles away from the city itself, so you're really close to your standard amenities, your Menards and the grocery stores, things like that. So I like that. It's you can be out of town but really close to being in town.
Yeah, it's that easy few minute drive versus maybe a bigger city where you gotta drive half hour, 40 minutes to get into the heart of a downtown, so that's nice.
Yep.
Now let's talk about where you like to play in Fond du Lac County. So in your free time, besides working on your cars in your garage, what do you like to do in the Fond du Lac area?
Yeah, a big thing for me is music. As a member of a band, that's kind of a draw, is what places have music, things like that. Thelma downtown is a wonderful place. Their summer music series is great. 18 Hands has music. They're right around the corner, in their outside patio and inside at times. And so I like what's happening downtown. The night market, things like that. But one of my favorite places would be the Hive. It's more towards the east side, they're like the outskirts of town.
Mhm.
But the things that they've been doing there are really enjoyable to me. They have bands, they have fundraisers, um, they have different events. I know they do bingo, they have bakes tournaments, things like that. So I think you know, a place like the Hive is one of my favorite places just because it's so I don't say unique, but it can be useful in many different ways and bring a lot of different people together. You can rent spaces out for different events, you know, showers or whatever you want to do. And so I think it's just so versatile, and that's why it's probably one of my favorite places.
Okay. Yeah, so Josh mentioned live music, and I want to throw in another one in there. I know Ziegler Winery does a lot of live music too. So
Yes.
if you're looking for live music, you now know some places that Josh mentioned that you can go see some of those. And now I'm also going to talk about my giveaway that I am going to do. So Josh said his favorite place is the Hive because they have so much to offer. It brings the community together in different ways. And so I'm going to be giving away a gift certificate to the Hive. So I talked to them, and you can really use this towards anything. So say you were looking to book an event there, you could use this gift certificate towards an event. Or say you were going to see a band, or you were just stopping at the bar, use it towards a drink or something like that. So I'm going to be giving away a gift certificate. So all you need to do is just comment and tag someone that you would be taking with you to, you know, go see a band, or maybe someone who would be at a shower or something like that with you. And then I'll let the giveaway run for about a week before I draw for my winner. So just tag someone, and then you and them will both get entered to win that. So that is how we're supporting local in this series. Then I want to ask you, how did you end up choosing Fond du Lac as home? So you said you grew up in rural Fond du Lac. Were you born and raised here then?
Yes. Yep. So born and raised here. 98% of my family's here, but I did leave Fond du Lac for college, and honestly, after college, I was searching for jobs and really in this area, you know, Appleton, Oshkosh, the Fond du Lac area, and basically landed back here in Fond du Lac, and I enjoy, you know, being around my friends and my family, and all the new friends that I've made, you know, while my career's progressed here, and you know, obviously life changes, but yeah, so I came back to Fond du Lac.
So why would you encourage others to choose Fond du Lac as home?
I would encourage others to choose Fond du Lac for, well, the main reason would be, I think that Fond du Lac is in kind of a bit of a transition, or maybe like a reinventing period, where there's a lot of good things happening downtown, and I think even, you know, your Johnson Street, you know, it's being redeveloped. You know, the mall, a lot of the frontal properties, that's really changing, and I think what's happening is what happened to a lot of similar cities 10, 15 years ago. So I think right now, with all these changes, it's a great time to be a part of that, where you can, you know, your voice or your opinion can matter on, you know, what's going to happen, or where Fond du Lac is going to be in 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. So I think it's a great time to, if you want to find a place, you know, to make your home, to call it home, you want to have an opinion on what's happening, and I think there's a lot of places within Fond du Lac that you can do that.
Yeah, I agree that it's fun to see the development that's happening and seeing the new businesses open, or even some of the chains coming here that are maybe normally in other states or things like that. And it's just fun to see it and to have more, and to see new business owners in the area and having more things to do. So,
Right.
so yeah. Well, thank you, Josh, for sharing your story. And I hope you enjoyed getting to know another Fond du Lac local, and learning about a place you can work here, why you should live here, things to do here, and how to play in your free time. So I will be doing that giveaway again in about a week, so make sure you comment, and then I will see you next month.